and no longer in post. If you need to speak to someone about homelessness, please ring 01323 410000 and have to be put through to the solutions team. Thank you.
Please leave your message after the tone. To re-record your message, key hash at any time.
Right, Robert Haighs, you don't work for the Rough Sleepers anymore. Well, isn't that something? Well, I'll tell you what, your fake tears, let me tell you this. I was down at Brighton, I was on the phone, to Lorraine Blackwell, and she told me that you said that people said that I was the one, that I was the problem. Well, let me tell you this, Robert. I've been self-funding a hotel for 3 months for my safety. I've got a witness to the terrorism. I've recorded neighbours. I've live streamed on YouTube being attacked and blood left on my door. A few nights ago, I came very close to jumping off Beachy Head. And what did you do? What did you do, Robert? Robert, who's got a family? I don't have a family. You had a duty of care to protect me, just like Councillor Stephen Holt. This is all going on my YouTube, all of this. And the police terrorism that I suffered, being arrested 3 hours after I recorded a criminal on a tag threatening to beat me senseless. And I did exactly what Sergeant Simmons told me to do. And I was arrested for doing it. Recording antisocial behaviour. The staff, the police, the council, all of them, including the Herald, have been complicit in making me suicidal. I moved to Eastbourne under adult social care. 16 years ago, my mother died of cancer. I told you this. You cried for me at the council. We filled out a form. I said, I ticked, I'd like a 1-bedroom flat. And what did you do? You did an illegal, according to Shelter's website, you did a last offer of accommodation, even though my housing duty had been illegally discharged for complaining about bed bugs crawling on me and antisocial behaviour. I've had unlawful arrests. I've had everything. Why do you think people leave the Beachy Head chaplains, Robert? Would you like me to try and find out if I can get hold of Andy to tell you why? Procedure-based. So they've got, some of them have left to gone and set up a place of safety. I've been to a place of safety. These council places are not places of safety. The Trestle Trust Food Bank know that. I'm going to leave you this voice message, and then I might leave you another one.
To replay the message, key 1. To deposit the message, key 2. Message deposited. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Haigh, Rough Sleeper Specialist for Lewis and Eastbourne Councils. I am no longer employed by Lewis and Eastbourne Councils and no longer in post. If you need to speak to someone about homelessness, please ring 01323 410000 and have to be put through to the solutions team. Thank you.
Please leave your message after the tone. To re-record your message, key hash at any time.
Well, Robert, maybe you would like to tell me who exactly you do work for. Because if you work for Rough Sleepers, but you don't work for Eastbourne Borough Council, who do you work for? Who do you work for? Why is it that members of the council are failing to stop and correct? Councillor Stephen Holt was acting like a silly boy in Tesco. He didn't want to. I left voice messages for him while I was being attacked. His face. He took over from Head of Housing Cabinet for Community, Alan Shuttleworth. And I go up to him and I say, please, will you speak to this lady? She's a witness to my council accommodation terrorism by police protected criminals, and the disabled people, i.e. such as myself, those on disability, those who are vulnerable, are being are having these crimes committed by their human rights and civil liberties by the police. but you don't want to get involved. It's even though it's your job, keep passing the bucks, even though it's your job and we're doing your jobs and you're not speaking out. How cowardly are you? How cowardly. This is all going on my YouTube, this is. And I'm getting attacked by these crazy, insane people who are part of the cult. They target these shills, and grifters are targeting vulnerable people like me, when I've met that brave man, John Alexander Patterson, who is exposing corruption from the highest levels. And I can't even get someone to... I'm complaining about things like finding feces in the bin. And in the meantime, I'm seriously thinking of jumping off those cliffs. So if you want to make a black joke out of it, because people are literally queuing up to jump off those cliffs, and you can't even provide safe accommodation, and Katie Dawkins refused to speak to me, your manageress refused to speak to me, Katie Dawkins. She and Councillor Stephen Holt blocked me on Facebook because I thought that's the only way I can get hold of them. And they blocked me. And people are hanging up. I've never known anything like this. Would you want this to happen to you if your mother was dying of cancer? What made you do this, Robert? Why was only my partner allowed in the council on my behalf, but he was banned from the psychiatric unit to visit me? Don't you think that's a bit odd? My human rights and civil liberties, my only next of kin is not allowed to visit me in hospital, but he's allowed in the council on my behalf. Well, I've got plenty of evidence, and I've got a witness, and it's not going to go away. This is not going to go away, Robert. So if you would like to very politely just contact me, my number, you've got it. I can text it to you, because I'm not going to say it while I'm speaking on YouTube. But people are aware of my YouTube channel. And it's going out there because you are part of Homes First, and my lady friend witness, who I've recorded recorded the neighbours at the Riverbourne house.
Time up in 10 seconds.
The Riverbourne house opposite is also Homes First, and they were affected just as much as I was. It's Brian.
Your message has reached maximum length. Message deposited. Thank you for calling.
My head's in a really bad way. I'm in a very dark place right now. They're failing. For the trolls. I don't want trolls commenting, because you're part of this Angela Power, Disney, Andy Devine lot. Let me tell you, John Alexander Patterson, you failed him. He's exposed. You're cowards. You're like children in a playground. You want to make money for yourselves. That's all you're all about. Every single one of you. And that man was abandoned, and that's why he asked John Alexander Patterson to step down as his power of attorney. And he asked Andy Devine to step down as his power of attorney. And he gets you lot to go round with flying monkeys and spreading, I don't know who you are, but stop commenting, stop harassing me. And Angela Power Disney, I blocked you, and I blocked you on YouTube. Go away. Just go away. I'm being very careful with how I say things, because that vile Caroline Stevens said that you're a nasty piece of work. You're an MK Ultra victim, and all this stuff has done stuff to your head. I don't care. I couldn't care less. You're playing the victim. You're a bully. You bully vulnerable people. That's what I'm being told. I wish I had listened to the people that you made me believe these people were trolls, and they were warning me about you. And I had no idea. That man was exposing corruption. I believe he's he's genuine, John Alexander Patterson. The Ministry of Defence put him in the psychiatric unit. But he's now so ill because you lot who play around like children in a playground, you're not in it for the truth. Caroline Stevens is a fake truther. She used the Bible she prayed for me, and then she wouldn't tell me who PC Franklin Lester was. This is someone who arrested a police officer who arrested me 3 hours after I recorded a criminal threatening to beat me up in my shared council accommodation. And the man you've just heard, Robert Haighs, that voice message, he's the one who put me in there. And he listened to the criminals. Just wait till I put up another video where I'm going to find that recording where the staff are referring to John Patterson as a nutcase. And one of them's calling me, one of the A&A contractors is calling me an effing spastic. Whilst the protected criminal is following me around and terrorising me. And Steve next door witnessed it. And my lovely lady friend, Juliet, who's a witness, also witnessed it. And this, I hope Steve Churchill from the food bank sees this. Because none of you can talk about the Bible till the cows come home. He knows what's going on. He knows what's in your heart. And he knows who's a coward and who is using the Bible, like Caroline Stevens, to pray for me and then threaten me because I put up a live stream of my distress at that police officer who arrested me 3 hours after I rang 999 to report a criminal who put me through torture and in front of a counterfeit court. And he came in here and I was close because I was close to killing myself a few nights ago. And she prayed for me, but threatened me even though I took down the live stream of my tears and my distress and our conversation. What kind of a Christian does that?